Welcome back, guys, to today's second video. We're going to be doing our winter forecast part 1 and basically the Christmas update number 2. And hopefully we're going to see some colder weather coming in, so I'm going to get on with this video and see what happens. So we start off this run with high pressure over Scandinavia, low pressure in the Atlantic, and the low pressure will bring mild winds, very unsettled, very stormy, wet, windy, all of that. High pressure will bring warm, calm, dry conditions, and the low pressure will bring wet, windy, and stormy conditions. So high pressure is the yellow and the reds, low pressure is the blue, green, blue, all of that stuff. So let's go. If we start this off, we have very stormy conditions into next week. Very stormy, just not cold, just very stormy. And as we go to the end of November, here we go. I will show you now. So now we're in just very stormy conditions once again. Not much going on. We're trying to build high pressure over Scandinavia, but it's not coming off. Very windy, wet, stormy, all of that stuff. So let's get going through this right now. So as we carry on through the run, we carry on in them stormy conditions. High pressure. We're now on the 1st of December. High pressure trying to build over Scandinavia. And that could bring in a cold easterly wind, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. So we're going to the 1st of December. The high pressure carries on building over Scandinavia, but the Atlantic fights it off and carries on bringing in the westerlies. So no more cold just yet. And as we go to the 5th of December, not much happening. But we're only on the 5th. We're not at Christmas yet, and we're going all the way through winter. We are going through to March in this video. So now we're still in very mild conditions, really. Southwesterlies, westerlies, southwesterlies. We're not getting out of this pattern. Very stormy with low pressure over the UK, and high pressure still trying to build over Scandinavia. It's trying to bring an easterly in down here, but it's just failing. So we carry on through the second week of December. We are now, and we try to bring in a northerly here from the north, but the high pressure fights it off and carries on bringing in mild southwesterlies. And as we carry on through to the 10th of December, we do start bringing in some cold winds towards Christmas. And that'll be very snowy with a big area of low pressure here, probably bringing in some snow showers and wintry into the whole of the country. So now we'll go carry on, and we are very close to Christmas now. We are very close. So still the same. On the 13th, we are in them northerly winds, what are going a bit colder. That's more promising for maybe a white Christmas, you never know. We carry on, them northerly winds, they look quite good. That's quite a cold northerly coming all the way from the North Pole and bringing it all over into the country. We're underneath a big area of low pressure, so that'll bring quite a lot of snow coming into the country. So that's interesting. But then the Atlantic winds the battle, pulls us out of the cold northerly winds, and we go back into them mild southwesterlies, westerlies. So now we're on the 21st of December. We are nearly at Christmas. We are trying to take high pressure to Scandinavia. It fails. We are now on Christmas Eve. Quite mild, not much happening. Christmas Eve still quite mild. And as we go into Christmas Day, quite mild really, aren't we? Not much happening next. So we'll go past Christmas now. And we are coming up to the new year in mild patterns, but will it change for January? Can we get a cold January? Now December to remember, January to remember. What do you think? Will that happen? I'm not sure. We are going to find out. So, high pressure tries to build over Scandinavia, but it fails. We're still in the westerlies into the first week of January, past New Year's Day, and we're in quite a cold northeasterly there, but there's no blocking to support that, so that won't last for long if that comes off. And then we are heading into the second week of January, looking a bit colder, so that's quite interesting. So let's go. So we are now heading into the second week of January now, bringing in a bit of a northwesterly and northerly there. It's a bit colder, very stormy, very windy, very unsettled. But we're actually into quite a cold northeasterly there. Won't last for long though. And what happens is the Atlantic winds again. So now we are on the 14th of January. Nearly halfway through January with no signs of big easterly winds. Interesting. So now we get into a northerly wind, but no blocking is supporting it. So that will be quite cold. We might get some snow coming into the country. If this high pressure goes north, then we will carry on bringing cold air in. It's just if it does go north, it probably won't, but it might, you never know. Does it go north? No, it does not. So them cold winds fail once again. We go into a bit of a northerly again for a time. And there goes the cold weather again. We're on the 22nd of January now. Still looking quite cool, very stormy. We're into a northerly again there, but that probably won't last for long. As you can see, we're into a northerly. We're already out of it now, straight away. The northerlies cannot hold on, can they? Once again, we're into a bit of a northerly from the northeast. That'll be quite cold, bringing some snow. But it's not lasting for long, is it? Not lasting for long. High pressure, is it going to Scandinavia there? I hope so, but it might go to Scandinavia for the first big cold snap. Will it happen? I'm not sure. We're about to find out. It tries to go, it goes to Scandinavia, but there we go. It gets blocked out by the Atlantic winds. No signs of cold weather here. Not looking great for snow at the moment. We've got the polar vortex really going over Scandinavia and to the north of us. That's very stormy. that'll be that'll be a bit cool, wouldn't it? Like starting from the northeast, coming around, going back eastwards. Yeah, northeasterly, northeasterly. I'd say. Yeah. Looks a bit of snow. We're very windy there. That could be like a big storm. Storms coming in to start and to end January. Now going to the 1st of February, into a northerly wind. There we go. That's a bit colder, isn't it? That's quite cold. That is quite cold there. That's big. That could be a big snow event if the low pressure stays. But there goes the Atlantic winds once again. Now the high pressure is trying to go north. It's over the country. It's not going anywhere. On the 7th of February, and we're not far off the end of winter. We're only another a month. So it's not looking the coldest, is it, at the moment? Not looking the coldest in the world. It's still quite mild. And as we carry on, high pressure fails to go to Scandinavia. Tries again. It does go to Scandinavia here, and we do bring in, finally, a cold easterly wind from the southeast. Basically an easterly, we got an easterly there. So this cold pool here, we'll be bringing in some cold easterly winds there. Eventually, we have brought in some easterly winds, so that's a bit cold there. But will it last? That's a question. No, I don't think it will last, will it? I don't think it will last. Halfway through February now, winter is coming to a close and we do not have much happening. The high pressure tries to go to Scandinavia again, fails, but now it does go to Scandinavia. We do bring in another easterly wind there. That'll be a bit colder. That will get into the country, I think. Should get into the country there. Then the Atlantic winds once again and pushes it down. We have a bit of a northeasterly there. That looks a bit colder. But in this winter update, there's not the first winter forecast. It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good at all for cold weather. And we're coming up to the end of February in a northerly wind there, a bit colder. Now, the high pressure decides to go to Scandinavia at the end of February. And now we're into sort of a beast from the east pattern, aren't we? Lots of cold air sitting around here to our east, and we get a proper easterly in. And low pressure to the south of us, bringing lots of snow up into the country. That'll be a very good pattern. Very long way. It probably won't verify. Probably won't happen. I just see that the Atlantic winds, but we carry on bringing in the easterlies. So, and there is low pressure right just in the UK. You can see a little pool of low pressure just there. So the centre of the low pressure over the UK, that'll be bringing a very cold and snowy pattern, won't we? And we are on the 3rd of March now, and we'll go to the end of this one, and then we'll end off the video. We're still on a bit of a cold pattern there. The high pressure tries to go to Scandinavia again. Not the coldest pattern, so that's it. So overall, not that good, not that cold or things like that. So thank you guys for watching. We might have another video today. I'm just wondering what video we would do today. What video should we do to another one today if we did do one? I'm not sure what video we would do today. We could do. Not sure what could we do. Anyway, not the best of forecast, a winter forecast, is it? Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.